Hello and welcome to the Sports 2.0 show. My name is Ryan Ghodsian. Thrilled to be here today. Thank you guys for tuning in. Today I'm going to be discussing some win totals for the AFC East this season, which in my opinion is going to be one of the most improved divisions in the NFL. Starting off with last year's winners, the Buffalo Bills, who are projected to go over 11 wins at minus 115, or you can take the under at minus 105. I'm going to take the over here. I think Josh Allen showed last year why he is one of the best quarterbacks in the league. He made a huge jump year to year, but especially from 2019 to 2020. I think the addition of Stephon Diggs was really paid huge dividends for his development. You look at his backfield. I know Devin Singletary and Zach Moss don't get a lot of hype, but I think they're good running backs. So I'm not sure why they don't get as much spotlight as they should. But the Bills like to run the football under Sean McDermott, which has set up the pass for Josh Allen. So that's going to be big again for Buffalo this year. And defensively, they're a swarming defense. They take the ball away. I think Tre'Davious White's one of the best cornerbacks in the league. So I really like the Bills this season. I'm going to take the over at 11. Moving on to the New England Patriots, who have been in the headlines this year, especially this offseason, by cutting Cam Newton and starting rookie quarterback Mac Jones. I think, honestly, even though it was a hard decision probably for Bill Belichick, it was the right one. Mac Jones, I think, is going to surprise a lot of people this year. He showed in the preseason why he was worthy of the 15th overall pick, and the Patriots were lucky that he was still available when they were picking in the draft. I'm going to take the over here at plus 100 at over 9.5 wins. I think the Patriots are going to be much improved this year. I think last year was an outlier in the COVID season. Cam Newton was their quarterback. Not to throw any shade to Cam Newton, but he is not a great passer. I think he's a great athlete, not a great passer. And in order to run Josh McDaniels' offense, you need to be a prolific passer. And I think they're not gonna ask Mac Jones to do a lot, but when they do call upon him, I think he's gonna play well. I think Jacoby Myers is an underrated wide receiver. You look at Jonnu Smith, and Hunter Henry, who I think were huge additions this offseason. Bill Belichick was willing to pay a bunch of guys to come play for him this year. So he's going all out in order to help Mac Jones. So I think they're going to be very balanced on offense. I really like Damian Harris out of the backfield. I think it's going to be huge for them. Don't forget about James White, the Super Bowl hero from the Falcons Super Bowl. I think he's also going to be used quite a bit on third down. And then defensively is where I think they're going to improve the most this season. They had so many COVID opt-outs last year. They got a bunch of guys returning. And guys like Dante Hightower and Lawrence Guy, I think they're going to, and the McCourty brothers, I think they're going to do great this year, especially on the defensive side of the ball. You can never count out Bill Belichick coach team. So I'm going to take the over here at 9.5 wins. I think they're going to actually threaten the Bills for the division title. I'm going to still take the Bills, but I would not be shocked if the Patriots did win the division this year. Moving on to the Miami Dolphins, who had a great year last year, but ultimately did not make the playoffs. Tua Tagovailoa is their quarterback. To be honest, I'm not too high on him, which is why I'm going to take the under here at plus 140. 9.5 wins is just at that sweet spot. I think they're going to get right I think they're going to go right below that at 9 wins. I love Brian Flores. I love their defense. That was their calling card last year, and I think they're going to rely on it again. I just don't trust Tua Tagovailoa, especially this year. He's only in his second year. He's feeling a lot of pressure to perform. Myles Gaskin is a decent running back, but I don't see him as a number one running back in the league. On the outside, you look at Devontae Parker, who has, let's be honest, he has underperformed his value over these past few years, being such a high draft pick. I like Mike Gesicki, though, from the tight end position. I think he's one of the more underrated tight ends in the league. So I love Miami on the defensive side of the ball. Not a big fan of them on the offensive side of the ball. I think Ryan Fitzpatrick from last year played better than Tua Tagovailoa. And there's a reason why all these Deshaun Watson rumors are swirling. Brian Flores is thinking about another quarterback. I'm not ready to write off Tua Tagovailoa just yet. But if he doesn't show me something this year, I think the Dolphins are going to start looking elsewhere. So I'm going to, like, to reiterate what I said, I'm going to take the under here at plus 140. I think it's pretty good odds. And lastly, the New York Jets, who I think are actually going to surprise some people this year. I'm going to take the over here at minus 105. I think Zach Wilson is one of the bright young quarterbacks in the league. I think they really set him up for success better than, let's say, Joe Burrow, for example, in Cincinnati. You got Mekhi Becton on the line. They drafted Vera Tucker. So they're obviously the priority is to protect Zach Wilson. And I think he will be protected. And even if, occasionally he does get pressured, I think he's going to be able to escape it just because of how athletic he is. Defensively, I think they're going to be much improved with Robert Saleh coming from the 49ers. Obviously, the Jets don't have the talent the Niners did last year on the defensive side of the ball. But you saw over his years as a defensive coordinator for the Niners, guys love playing for him. They run through a brick wall for him. I think that's what the Jets are going to do. I think he's going to build a positive culture with the Jets. Now, I'm not saying they're going to make the playoffs. I'm not even saying they're going to have a winning season. But I think they're going to win over 6 games, especially since the NFL has expanded the season from 16 games to 17 games. So I'm going to take the minus 105 over 6 wins for the New York Football Jets. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I had a blast today. I really hope you guys enjoy the show. Please subscribe to the Sports 2.0 Network on YouTube. Give us a follow on Twitch. Would love to have you guys join the show more often. Thank you guys again. Take care.